policy on lost and found. Okay, what's your name, young lady?
Mary.
Mary. So Mary, when somebody draws your attention to wristwatch that is missing, what would you do? This person tells you, oh, I saw this wristwatch as I was driving out. What would you tell the person?
I will ask him to give me the wristwatch. If I collect it, I'll take it to my supervisor.
Okay.
And my supervisor will take it to CSO.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Thank you for the attempt. Let's see if that is in line with Crispan policy on lost and found items. So the purpose is to proactively demonstrate care and hospitality at all stages of a guest experience by establishing a consistent procedure for securing and returning of lost and found items, to create customer goodwill and increase potential for future guest loyalty by efficiently and cautiously responding to inquiries regarding lost property. So imagine when somebody lost something and they come back to Crispan, I will tell them, oh yes, we found it, here it is. What happens? They are confident, they trust you more. Is that not so? They know that this is a place where they can come to. Another place where they know that they lost their wristwatch in that place. Then for some reason they come back and say, please, my wristwatch. I say, no, nothing like that. No, you didn't forget it here. It's in your house. Check your car. It's not here in Crispan. Do you think that person will come back again?
No.
They can't trust you. They won't be at peace. It's only if all other places are fully booked that they will consider you. But if we show them that we are credible people, whatever thing we find, we return. We don't take what is not ours. Because, you know, you have to understand that when you take something that is not your own, you have just made yourself a slave to the owner without knowing it. When you take something that is not yours, you've just made yourself a slave to the owner. And whatever the person pronounces would happen to the person. Most times it happens. So whatever is not your own, don't take. All right? Yes. If it's not your own, don't take. And even if somebody says, I found this money, there is no how the owner will know. The owner may not know, but God knows. Who is your rewarder? Is God. So let's just share the money and solve our problems. The problem will come back. So whatever you find that is not your own, return. Let it be one thing that you have learned by working here in Crispan, a place where people do not steal. You know that we don't steal in Crispan. We don't take what is not ours. So even if you come in contact with another new security personnel and you see those attitudes, you tell the person, no, that this attitude does not work in Crispan. We are not like that in Crispan. It's a hospitality business. Hospitality means kind business. If you're not kind, you're not supposed to be working here. It's a hospitality business, a business that takes care of people, even from the way you open that gate, the way you greet them, the way you help them, the way you talk to them. It shows if you are a hospitality person. Don't be careless when carrying out your duties. They look at your face, they look at your body, they look at your body language. Don't be careless. Don't just do it for the, you don't know where you will be found. You don't know who will recommend you. You don't know who is observing. So whatever you find that is not yours, please ensure that you return. So the main purpose is that when you return what is not your own, the customers are at peace. You've won their hearts. You've shown them that yes, this is indeed a hospitality venue, a place where we care. Now, what is the procedure? The security department is responsible for the overall administration of the lost and found department. We are entrusting you with this responsibility and we will not be disappointed. Yes. Any item found throughout the hotel by hotel employees, irrespective of their department, must be handed over to the security department immediately. Not for the security to take, but to keep safe. You are the bank of the hotel. You are the police of the hotel. So you have a very sensitive position. A A lost and found ledger will be maintained in the security department and updated on regular basis. For all valuables, the guest will be informed should there be any contact details by the guest relations officer. Details such as when the lost property will be collected and by who will be recorded for further follow-up. So do we have this book?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The lost and found?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, any enquiry book will be maintained to record enquiries by guests about articles. All such enquiries must be answered within 24 hours by the security supervisor or his designate. So now somebody calls to say, I forgot my wristwatch. Your response shouldn't be, I have not seen it. You will say, let us check. Is that not so? Let us check our directories, let us check our register and get back to you. You have called to make an inquiry. You didn't accept or reject. Is that not so? You said you will check. So you contact. And even when you check and you find it, you will not tell the person, I have found the wristwatch. What if the person has come to steal it? So even when you have checked and you found, there is also a procedure by which you will be sure that that wristwatch actually belongs to the person. Now, telephone operators will direct all calls pertaining to lost property enquiries to security department. Enquiries that result from telephone notification should be noted down and should contain a record of subsequent action taken by the security manager or his assistants or anybody that is assisting. Let us see the track. Lost but found, you don't just drop it, collect it. No, you have to do something. What did you do? By the time you have asked the person, okay, you found this, where? And the person says in room so, 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 and so. What you're supposed to do now is to take that to the front office manager to say, they said they found this in room 202. Kindly check if you can find the phone number of the person. Is that not so? Yes. So there must be action taken by the security people. Don't just collect it and keep so that you will acquire it. No. You have to try. It is after you have tried to get in touch with the owner that you will now keep it and wait for the owner to call you. So don't just collect and keep, because when you collect and keep, it's because what the guest will think is because you want to steal it. But when you have made attempts to get in touch with the guest, with the person who possibly forgot it, to say you forgot so, 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 and so. So please, whenever you get something, if it's from the rooms, go back to the front office manager, make attempt of getting in touch and record it. Record that you actually did. So that when we say, what did you do? I said, but I went to the front office manager and I asked him to help me and call. Then we check your logbook, we check your report and it's not there. Are we expected to believe you? No. So if you really call the front office manager to try and get in touch, ensure that you report it and the front office manager signs that yes, we actually attempted. A mail log must be kept and strict records of items mailed maintained, including how article was sent and method of tracking. And the person says, oh yes, I forgot it, but I'm on my way to Kaduna. Please send it to so, 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 and so. All that must be in the report. We found the wristwatch. We contacted the owner. We sent it to Kaduna. It should be in the report. Items returned to guests should be packaged and sent prepaid. A reliable courier service should be used along with a return receipt for proof of delivery. Now, for this, I would not ask you to send it by yourself. Make sure you are working directly with the front office manager. If that item needs to be sent, it shouldn't be sent by the security department, all right? So for our own policy, you make attempts to contact the owner, but if it has to do with sending, the front office should handle that. International locations. Due to the high cost of mailing from some countries, the following procedure will be followed. For all valuable lost and found items, an email will be sent to the guests advising them of the item left behind and advising them on the postage cost for the same. A full postal address should be available from the guest. Depending on the response from the guest, the item will be either posted or stored, possibly kept for the person. Whenever he or she returns, he collects it, so long as the guest identifies that that item belongs to me. So that is for people outside. So the most important thing I want you to take from this is, when you see a lost but found item, don't just collect and keep. There should be attempts to find the owner. All articles are to be kept in a secured area divided into sections of different months, located in the lost and found room. Do we have that? So what it means now is that all the items that were found in the month of January should be together in the month of January, right? Then items found in February should be together, right, in the month of February. Items found in March should be together. So do we apply that? Are we doing it, or everything we keep all together from 2023 to 2024, they are all kept together and considered as valuable lost and found item as well? Okay. Now, the key to the lost and found valuable safe deposit box must be strictly controlled through a key lock system. All right. So the keys now, only the CSO, the auditor, the financial controller should be in custody of the keys to the lost and found deposit boxes that we are going to develop. Then after 90 days, the unclaimed item to be returned to the founder of the item. Have you been doing that?
Yes.
So you actually check your register and call the people who found it after 90 days for them to collect it. So they used to inherit all those pants and bras.
But it has been long. It has been long, they return it to them.
All right, so if a guest is picking up a lost item in person, the person must provide identification and sign the lost and found ledger. So you see, whether it is the person picking or somebody picking for him, a means of identification is supposed to be provided. So we have to implement that, right? Yes. A means of identification should be provided when collecting the lost and found item. So lost and found register format. Oh, we have a format which you're going to provide. Lost and found slip format. Then lost and found gate pass, which means that when the person has even found it, when the person has picked it up, good and fine. But if the person is not the one picking it, maybe the person who found it, that person has to be given a gate pass that will allow him or her to go out with it. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah, so that is all about lost and found. So this is what the lost and found register book should look like. You can see dates. Can you see the dates?
Yes.
Yes.
Then after date is the code number. Then item description. Location found, room 102. Found by Ajit. Guest name, Mr. Smith. Dates claimed, 15th, right? Then name of claimer, Mr. Smith. Signature of claimer, the person is supposed to sign. Then housekeeping signature, AMA. Remarks returned to guests. So you see, is that what your own looks like?
Not all. We don't have the housekeeping.
You have now. You said the housekeeping person signs.
Their own logbook.
Okay, you signed their own logbook. Okay.
We signed it.
Okay. So now, in this case, we are going to adopt this. Or what do you think about it? Did we learn very well? Yes. Did you like the session?
Yes. Very impressive.
All right, great. I'm happy to know that. So.